we open a topic regarding the Avodah Zarah. And in the third chapter, le troisième chapitre là du Talmud Yerushalmi, in the third chapter of the Talmud Yerushalmi, the first Mishnah is talking about the Tselem. And this word, ce mot, il est utilisé pour parler des. This word is used to talk about statute, drawing, painting, which are considered like forbidden because they are connected to Avodah Zarah. Why? Pourquoi? Because Rabbi Meir says that all these things, we are inspired by people who look at the sun when he is at his top, and he said it's happened twice a year, ça se deux fois par an, twice a year, and it's happened in Rome, ça se passe à Rome, in Rome, and from what they see, they draw things. That thing is called talisman in Arabic. Talisman. So this is what we had yesterday. And just to explain why Islamim, it's the term used to talk about statues, drawing, painting, which are forbidden. We saw that Islamim is basically, if I remove the im here and the ha here, Tselem is the roots of the name. Tselem, c'est la racine du mot. We're going to see it again, but we saw that Tselem is basically the clothing of the soul. Like a Tselem, c'est l'habit de l'âme. And that clothing, we're going to see again. To understand all the topic, we have to go slowly. Pour comprendre tout le sujet, on doit aller doucement. And all this situation is explained in Shir HaShirim in Sefer HaLikutim. C'est expliqué dans Shir HaShirim in Sefer HaLikutim. And we'll start from the pasuk Apirion Asalo Lamelech Shlomo. On the page Shin Lamed Vav, left side bottom. So what is that? C'est quoi ça? The pasuk. Let's take it first of all. Prenons le pasuk d'abord. Be ready because you know Rakadosh in Sefer HaLikutim is right? Yeah, he's very hard to digest. He go bah, bah, bah. So Shir HaShirim, the pasuk he said is, le roi Shlomo s'est fait faire un palaquin en bois du Liban. This is the pasuk. The pasuk is saying in English in the Shir HaShirim chapter 3. Verse 9, King Shlomo made himself a palanquin of woods of Lebanon. In Hebrew, c'est Apirion Asalo Lamelech Shlomo o meatze à Lebanon. This is the pasuk. C'est quoi un palanquin? What is a palanquin? Un lit. Oh.
That sounds like a flying tower.
Hey, you go straight. Oh.
Yeah. So what does that mean, woods, Rabbi? What does woods mean?
We're going to see. Palaquin, it's basically like this. I will share with you on the screen. Yeah. Le prof, vendeur de livres, littérature à parler. The prof has spoken. So this is what we call in English also palaquin. It's like this, you see? You see? This is the palanquin. See?
The Chinese
In Congo, we had that.
So, Shlomo did that for himself. Shlomo fait ça pour lui-même. What does it mean? C'est-à-dire quoi? Que tu es dans un lit, tu ne touches pas le sol, you are in a bed, don't touch the ground. Let's see. We go in the text. this text is we're going to take 1 hour very deep. We're going to spend to us all the secret why the Avodah Zarah it's relating to the Tselem. So let's start. Il dit comme ça. Il dit Amudav asa kesef. So he said the not the column, you know, the stuff, the base, amudav, it's plus the column.
Wow.
You saw always the palaquin,
Right.
so you see that the 4 corners.
Right.
It's like columns. He said he made them with silver. Il les a fait en argent. Refidato za'av merakvo argaman. Refidato is basically, I think, the place where you are sitting. He said it was in gold. Refidato, it's what's covered on the top. It was in gold. And merkavto, so where basically you sit and you are gold, it was in argaman. C'est quoi argaman? What is argaman?
C'est une lumière qui est multiple comme ça.
Non, non, argaman, vraiment, la signification du mot. C'est color. C'est quelle couleur? Pourpre. It's purple. Donc il dit de merkavo argaman. So we have 3 things: amudav kesef, refidat za'av, and merkavto argaman.
Ok, là, ça, c'est le point.
Like this.
Il y a un force dessin, l'école française et tout ça. Mais
For Amudim, on a 4 colonnes. For Amudim. Voilà. For Amudim, we have the top, which is basically connecting the 4 corners. And after, I have the base. So here, I have the base. Okay. Donc il dit, ça, c'est en argent, ça, c'est en or, et ça, c'est en argaman. So what is it? Et c'est notre icône. So don't say argaman, don't say it's purple. Dis pas que c'est purple, dis pas que c'est violet. What is argaman? Uriel, Raphaël, Gabriel, Michael, Nouriel. It's 4 angels. C'est 5 anges. It's 5 angels, sorry. VM im bet kolelim yavou bemispar biraglav lo yavo. So he said if you take all this name in kolel, it will be the next pasuk. Basically, they were in the place where basically we try to avoid that the legs of Shlomo touch the earth, the ground. Donc ils s'élèvent de telle sorte que les pieds ne touchent pas le sol, que les Shlomo ne touchent pas le sol. Qui Avram ou Sod et Chasadim de Baba, ve'ena mitpashtim ve'eno mitpashet Elohi alehem, ki hem Sod ima bilvad, ve'chen olim begematria chochma bina, Israel saba'a tvuna ima kolel. So what is also the secret of Argaman, to make it simple, they are related to Chasadim. Argaman, c'est leur Chasadim. How? Because Argaman, all the name of the 5 angels, is the gematria of the terms Chochma, Bina, Israel, Saba, Tvuna. So all the 4 mochins. Tous les 4 mochin, quand tu prends leur terme, Chochma, Bina, Israel, Saba, Tvuna, Immaculée, ça fait Nouriel, Argaman, Nouriel, Oriel, Raphaël, Gabriel, Michael, Nouriel. So we continue. Odd, autre chose. Argaman de Gematria Kana. Kamag. So Argaman, c'est Gematria Kana et Kamag. Vechen Eloé Avraham. Vechen Malki Tzedek. Vechen Nimrod. So c'est all these terms. Nimrod, Melchi Tzedek, Eloé Avraham, it's the Gematria Argaman. These 5 angels.
It's not bad if you name your kid.
Nimrod, it's bad. Nimrod, it's good.
What's the difference? How does it one spell?
Because you say, it's chet. It's resh.
So the father of Ham or not the father?
Nimrod.
Nimrod with the resh.
Yeah.
That's good.
C'est even Nimrod, Gematria Argaman.
Tous ensemble, c'est Gematria Argaman.
Non, pas tous ensemble. Chacun des termes, c'est Gematria Kana Kamag. Après, il dit, attendez, in HaLikutim Shir, il va vite, il goes fast. So he said, Vekmo ken derer isha. Also the term derer isha. That is derer isha. Yesod the woman, Yesod of the woman. It's also the same term. Hey, ve'ulai tzari lo ma'ar ken derer levad. Gematria Argaman. So maybe it's derer. Because derer is Gematria Argaman. You say, but no, when you say derer in the aspect of Argaman, you talk about the derer of the woman. Quand on parle de derer sur l'aspect d'Argaman, on parle du derer de woman, la femme. Where do we go? We don't know yet. Let's not take informations. Après, il dit, so you have to know that this and this Hashem did. On continue. Yeah.
Oh, to better answer this question, like to better ask this question. He asked me if the Nimrod, the other one is Gematria Argaman, and he says Kana Kana. So if the name is Gematria Kana Kasa, Kama Kamag, so the name is Gematria
Like you said,
Argaman.
Argaman, but he wants you to know that Argaman, when you talk about Elohe Avram, Melchi Tzedek, Nimrod, is to say that we want the Kana Kamag. Pas les 5 ans. Let's see. Continue. Oh, il rajoute. So what is the Argaman? Keep in mind, Argaman is the Merkavo Shel Palaka. Le Argaman, c'est la base du Palaka. So, comment on dit ça en lingala déjà? J'ai oublié. Le Palaka en lingala. J'ai oublié le terme. We used to use it to put people to say that you're chief. We take you, put you where, we raise you up.
Comme le kissé un peu?
Oui.
Juste le trône.
Donc, what is the base of the kissé? C'est quoi la base du kissé? It's Nimrod, Melchi Tzedek, Elohe Avraham. Après, il dit, Od, Argaman Beat Bash. If I take Argaman Beat Bash, it Tagriat. Gematria, Be Keter, in the Keter. Ça, c'est dans le Keter. So we talk about coronations. On parle de one. Qui colle Share Amerkava, Nichlaliim, Yachad, Be Keter, a Bria. Because all the gates of the Merkava, they become one in the Keter. Tous les portes, les entrées de la Merkava, ils deviennent un dans le Keter. And also, 2-time ish. Kikulam Nechlalim be Matatron be Sandal. So what is ish of Sephonia? So who is Mashiach ben Yosef ben David? Matat be Sandal. See? Ish. You see, Bet Pamim ish, 2 fois ish.
Which one is which one Mashiach ben Yosef? Which one Matat or which one is Ben?
That's the Ben Yosef c'est Matat, Ben David c'est Sandal. Après il dit mais Sod Chanor Veliaou. Based on Chanor Veliaou. I know we go fast, but don't worry, we're gonna root ourselves in the halakha soon. והנה, שניהם יחד ארגמן. If you take matat and sandal, ארגמן. זה ארגמן. ותמורתו בהדבש, שהוא תריית, הם גמטריה בראשית, עם הכולל ושני שמות. So say all this, meaning Argaman be'adbash, Tariat, it's gematria of Bereshit with the kollel of the two names. Argaman to Bereshit, so you say this Argaman is not a joke. This Palacoins is not a joke. Après il dit, Vechen, Shal na'alecha al raglecha. Also, enlève tes chaussures de tes pieds. Remove your shoes from your feet. That Moshe did when he arrived in the Har Sinai. This expression, Rachet Tevot, Begematria, Matatron, Ve'eliaou. Enlève tes chaussures de tes pieds. Toute expression, c'est Gematria Matat Eliaou, which is Matat Sandalphon, which is Argaman, which is Melchizedek, which is Nimrod, which is Abraham. Matat Ve'eliaou, Besod, Dalet, Milot. Secret of 4 milot. We're going to say after. Ki, Moshe Rabbeinu, בתחילת נבואתו, נתעלה כל השיעור הזה בבת אחת, ונתבשר שיוסף עוד להתעלות הרבה. אדמת קודש הוא, עם תת אותיות גמטריה, טלטלים. So I said, what's happened? We use that expression, remove your shoes from that place, because Moshe achieved all this level on one shot when he arrived at Sinai. The level of what? Of prophecy, like anyone. And by being at that level, Yosef also achieved that level. Yosef aussi, il a eu ce niveau-là. Il dit, non, look what's happened. Regarde ce qui se passe. Il dit, when Hashem said that to Moshe, remove your shoes from that place, because the best of this place is holy. Admat Kodesh Hu. If you take that expression, Adamat Kodesh Hu, with the 9 letters of these three terms, avec les 9 lettres de ces 3 termes, it's Gematria Taltalim. What is Taltalim? Curve. Curve. Les boucles. So donc on a les cheveux crépus, bouclés, when you have the hairs curled, we think it's a curse. They tell people it's a curse because when Ham was cursed, he said his eyes become red, his lips become fat, and his hair become curled. He is telling you, what is that? It's related to Argaman, which is Matat Ve'eliaou.
So I don't have to cut off my hair. I have to let my hair grow now. I'm always ashamed to, like, it's too curly and stuff like that.
Because you don't study your stuff. You should know your stuff. What you do according to what people say.
No,
Do according to what you know. One second. See.
Le crépus, c'est le même que curl ou quoi?
Bien sûr.
Sur la route, j'ai pas pu à midi, j'ai reporté sur la route.
So I say like this, you see comme ça. V'yesh tal yoter ve'sareriyun. Il dit il y a tal talim, taf lamed, mais il y a un autre tal qui est au-dessus. C'est quoi le tal là qu'on parle? C'est un plus 39. It's a plus 39 that we will be had. They say this, you need to go deeper. He will not go inside now. What are they saying? He's talking along. Il parle tout seul. Sod, et c'est le secret, it's the secret of Zair and Pin. Akolel Yud Bet Elohim. With what Yud? Beketiv Ata Omed Al Av, Besod Abaveima. Say all this story, when you to that level where we tell you remove your shoes, and Matat and Eliyahu will become one, so you have to know that at that moment, you are the physical incarnation of Zah on earth. Tu deviens l'incarnation de Zah sur terre. Now we continue. Next pasuk. Prochain pasuk. C'est Se'ena ore'ena benot Yerushalayim. Is the pasuk 11 in the of the same paragraph. He said, Se'ena ore'ena benot Sion. Sorry, not Yerushalayim, benot Sion. Ça veut dire sortez et admirez, fille de Sion, le roi Salomon, orné de son couronnement. So he said, daughter of Sion goes out and see the kings with his coronations. What does it mean? Ça veut dire quoi? Il dit, all the pasuk is like this. Sortez et admirez, fille de Sion, le roi Shlomo orné de la couronne dont le saignit sa mère au jour de son hyménée, de son couronnement, le jour de la joie de son cœur. So basically he's saying, il dit comme ça, go forth, O ye daughter of Zion, and gaze upon the King Shlomo, even upon the crown wherewith his mother hath crowned him in the day of his espousal, and in the day of the gladness of his heart. Donc il dit, ça veut dire quoi ça? What does it mean, this pasuk? Let's see. A bit slowly. Keep in mind, we have to understand what is the Slamim. It's like this. So it's all pasuk. Basé à pasuk, nirmaz train itrin de Abba ve'ima leza. So this pasuk is talking about the suicide of Abba ve'ima when they goes on Zah. Basically, the mochin, chochma, bina going down on Zah. On parle des deux mochim qui vont sur Zah. Ve'em be'atara shatar lo imo beyom chatunato. This is why we call them the crown that his mother gave to him the day of his wedding. Why imo? Because his bina gives. Parce que c'est la mère qui donne. Milat be'atara ole pour. So when we talk about the crown, this is the crown that his mother gave to him the day of his espousal. C'est la couronne que sa maman lui a donnée le jour de ses épousailles. So that crown, you say the term crown, atara is gematria pour. What is pour is 386. No, 286. 286. Ve'em bet shemot eke de alfin. It's 2 times kamag. C'est 2 fois kamag. She'em kamag. Ve'a kavana. What does it mean? Ve'a kavana. Ki abet itrin naset dalet mochin. Because the 2 crowns form 4 mochinim. Ça forme 4 mochim. Veromazim bemilaat chatunato sheole tatsar. So the word chatunato, the wedding, it's not about the wedding. It's talking about these 2 mochinim which become 4. Because it's gematria 864. Ve'atrin etrin bet avayot. And also the 2 crowns, there are 2 avayot. Ve'em echad lechokma ve'echad lechesed letzad yamin. Echad lebina ve'echad legvura letzad small. So what are the 4 mochim? 1 chokma, 1 chesed, 1 bina, 1 gvura. The 4 mochim. It's going fast because all this is the very deep notion that you have to swallow. But I want to you get it because I don't want to go straight in the answer about Slamim. Like you see how you form all the knowledge. DVM לזעיר בזה האופן. כי בשם הוויה יש לשני יראו, פירוש ה' ראשון צורתה רש ו', וה' השנייה צורתה רש י', כזה י' כ' ו' כ'. The first A, it's Ru, the second A, it's Ri. That's why we talk about Yud Resh Vav or Yud Resh Vav, Resh Yud Vav. Shel Tzad Yamin, Aryeh, מפני אריה אל הימין. ושל צד שמאל גבורה, הם בית פעמים אריה, ובית פעמים גבורה, והם בית פעמים ראיו, והם עולים תצא כמניין חתונתו, לרמוז לדלת מוחין. ואחר כך נכנסים אלו הדלת מוחין בעיני לאמא, וזה גם כן נרמז באומרו ביום שמחת ליבו. עוד ראשי תיבות, למד בית שין, פירוש, אמא לובשת, למד בית שין, לבש, ללבוש, אמא לובשת אותו הנאי של האב ותנם לזהר אנפי. So why is doing that? It seems to be that when you receive a coronation, it's called wedding. In the process of the light you receive. So when you are getting married, you also receive the same process. That's what we call you king and queen. A new married person, when they say, this day you are the queen. You're the king and the queen. It's because the same process was made for you under your chuppah, the same process that Shlomo, David, Israel, they had to become kings. What is the base of that? It's the Rayu and the Aryeh. What does it mean? Keep it on the side. It's just introduction to a wake. I'll continue. No explanation. About the Quran that his mother gave to him. Amar Lashon Yechidi, Velo Amar Be'aterot, מאחר שהם שניים, והטעם הוא כאחר החסדים והגבורות הם נכללים שניהם יחד, תור סוד, יסוד האמא, נמצא כי נכללו שניהם באתרה אחד, ולכן אמר עטרה לשון יחיד, ולא אמר עטרון, ועטרות לשון רבים. So I said, okay, if you have two mochin, so the Quran should be in plural. You have to say, I'll be another taste of coffee. You have to say, atarot. When you say just atara, c'est because when the two Quran enter the imam, become one. What does it mean? Going to see soon. C'est-à-dire quoi? On va voir ça tout de suite. שאחר כעדאה העזים שגלשו מהר גלעד. So next pasuk. What's the pasuk? We have to beat you because Tel Aviv was strong.
Hey, tout en mourir.
So look at the pasuk. Regarde le pasuk. Il dit que le pasuk said, Ine yafa, yafa, yafa. Ine yafa rayati, ine yafa enaich. Yonim me'avivar latzenair soera ke'aid'er aizim shegalshu me'ar Gilad. Maybe yafa Gilad, forget my head. C'est le pasuk. Yafa Gilad. Il dit que tu es belle, mon ami, que tu es belle. Tes yeux sont ceux d'une colombe à travers ton voile. Tes cheveux sont comme un troupeau de chèvres dévalant les monts du Galaad. So he said like this in English. He said, behold, thou art fair. My love, behold, thou art fair. Thine eyes are as dove behind thy veil. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that trail down from the mount of Gilad. What does it mean?
That's all English.
Ça veut dire quoi? Il dit comme ça. Il dit comme ça. This is the last introduction in order to understand the slamming.
That English, how right he said that.
Is that this? I'm just reading the yeah. It says, Gal Shu. If you take, you see in the pasuk that he called before, you have She Gal Shu, that Gal Shu. You say it's two words. Let's take Gal Shu. U Siman les Tedvav Pamim Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe. He said, this Galshu is to express to us the 16 time that it's written Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe. Raché Sidre. Every time we start a new parasha, à chaque fois un nouveau parasha, VM Tedvav Pamim Rachav. It's basically all the expression Vaidaber Adonai El Moshe, it's a gematria 222. But it appears 16 times. So 202 times 16, Mispar Kulam Galesh. Gematria de tous, Galesh, which is 333. 333. Amalon ira la noter chez Roté le Mar à Gimel ou à Gimel à la fin. La Mispar Rachav ou Cheshbon Tevat Vaidaber. Okay. So not all the expression Rachav is just the Vaidaber. Okay, we move forward. Ve'avav I mitchilat Vaidaber Pirush Raché Amatot. Chez Galshu, Imakolel Gematria Shemesh. Deu Pene Moshe Pene Chama. It's going too fast. You got too vite. You got too fast. We are in the Gilad Galesh. You finish with the Chama Moshe face in 4 lines. Kathleen, regardez. But sometimes you need that to see all the way we have to do to achieve that. They go fast. They don't need to explain. Ta, 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 ta. So look now. Shegalshu Me'ar Gilad. What is Shegalshu Me'ar Gilad? That's going down from the Ar Gilad. Rashi Tebot Shagam. Tebot Shagam. Al Shem Ve'or Achama Yie Shvatayim. Shetargum Yonatan Ben Uziel. What is Shagam? Is connected to the fact that the light of the sun will be at the end 7 times more than what it is now.
The light of the sun.
The Chama, the light of the Chama. So what we see it from the expression Shegalshu Me'ar Gilad. They went down from the Ar Gilad. Ve'amurazal Beshagam Ze Moshe. So when you see Shagam, it's actually Moshe. Dirtiv, like it's written, Beyakim min a Mayim Mishtohu. Ve'enu Geshem Nidvot Ve'enan Av Kasa Ma Sag. Yale Akol Begamatria Shagam. So what is Shagam? It's Geshem. And now we finished the introduction. Now we can talk about the stuff. And we're going to see everything will be related. Va être lié. So, what is the pasuk? C'est quoi le pasuk? It's the pasuk 6 of the chapter 4 of Shir HaShirim. It says, until the day breathes and the shadow flees away, I will get me to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. Ça dit quoi? Ad sheyafura yom ben Sod Tselem elecha li el ar Amor ve'el givat alevona. En français, il dit, avant que franchisse le jour et que s'effacent les ombres, je me dirigerai vers le mont des Myrrhes et vers la colline de l'encens. What is Tsalim? It's the shadows. C'est les ombres. So we'll see today what is the secret of your shadow. C'est quoi votre ombre? Et c'est une avodazara. Ah, maintenant. So let's say, Isha, ce qu'on a lu hier, je le sauterai. what we wrote yesterday. I will jump, but we will see. C'est like this, dis comme ça. Da, you have to know. Qui Sod Tselem shel Adam ou levush lishmato. So the Tselem of the man is the clothing of his soul. The Tselem, c'est l'habit de ton âme. Like what? Like what you saw before. That we said that Ima, we see here on the top, it's word lavash. Talk about Ima loveshet. That's the same. So the Tselem is the clothes of your soul. Le Tselem, c'est l'habit de votre âme. Kikmo shalevush ou metukan le midat aguf. It's like the clothing are made according to the size of your body. Comme les habits sont faits selon la taille de ton corps. Ken levush aneshama ou bedukna dil'a mamash. Also, the clothing of the soul is according to the size of your soul. You have a small soul, small coat. Big soul, big coat.
According to the size. Yeah.
Now let's see. V'yesh lo le'adam gimel levushim. So every single man possesses 3 kinds of clothing. Chaque homme, il a 3 types d'habits. Ve'em echad tselem ve'echad Tselem. Now we start off.
I thought the Tselem was plural of Tselem.
This is what we can think a lot, but there is only one truth. So let's get the truth. Say like this. He said, this is a man. And the man possesses a soul, which is basically the blood. Slowly. I said for purpose. This is not par exprès. You will see now why in many Avodah Zarah they use blood. And why we say to you, if you see blood on your finger, don't swallow your blood back. Why? Because the blood is now, you tell him. No, sorry. Around that blood, don't see, you tell him.
Yeah.
Donc, on dit quoi? This is the soul.
Right.
Because the real man is the soul.
Right.
What is the soul? Blood. You see, that blood is inside of clothes. Ce sang-là est à l'intérieur des habits. What are these clothes? They are free. They are called Tselem. One is Tselem. And 2, Tselem. So now you understand that there's a difference between Tselem and Tselem. Tselem is the couple. Who of them we're going to see? Tselem is one. Who is he? We're going to see. So total 3. Ready?
So the unification of the 2 becomes a 3.
No, the unification of, oh yes, of the 2 categories, yes. Not 3. Ready? וכל האיברים החקוקים בצלם ההוא שצריך לתקן בגלגול הזה הם במספר. They say all the members which are in the Tselem here you have to fix them in your Gilgul. Tu dois les fixer dans ton Gilgul. And there are specific numbers. Et ils sont dans une quantité précise. Specific quantity. Après, il dit, Ve'elu nikraim yeme Adam. And what are them? The days of your life.
The Tselem. The
the
Tselem.
Tselem. Days of the men. So why we told you, do Kedusha, study Torah, and you will have long days?
Because you're increasing.
Because you miss what you're doing, they are building what? You Tselem. And what is the Tselem? Is the days of your life.
So you're increasing your days of your life by doing this.
So we're gonna see how. But what is the secret now? The Tselem is the day of your life. If you have one day you don't study, your Tselem is, because days and Tselem are the same. Oof, yeah. It's rough. Quoi? Ouais, c'est quoi? To spend one day with study, passer une journée sans étudier, c'est la preuve que ton Tselem, il est capoute. Après, il dit, j'aime ma machine. Il dit, don't think that I'm making philosophy. Il dit, non, c'est ça. Il fait les jours de vie de quelqu'un, c'est son Tselem.
Et je pense qu'il voit les genres de choses.
Il y a des choses autour. C'est pour ça, quelqu'un qui va mourir, someone who's gonna die, 30 jours avant, 1 month before, you see the Tselem goes. Because the Tselem is the days of the guy, of the man.
Le Tselem, c'est comme l'aura.
On ne va pas encore aller là-bas. Je veux vraiment qu'on reste attaché sur la notion de jour. C'est le temps. It's really the time. So you want to know if someone's Tselem is fixed, look what he's doing with his time. Tu vois si le Tselem est fixé, c'est bon. Meaning, if you want to see that he's really made of by the image of God, what they call Tselem, bad translation, just do what he's doing with his time.
Tselem is the days of your life. And this is non, mais this is the same thing avec l'ombre et tout ça, le shadow de quelqu'un et tout ça, tu vois. Si je crois dans ma souhait que j'ai reçu, tu regardes, il te parle, tu regardes ton shadow, s'il te parle et ses mouvements sont différents de les choses qu'ils font.
Mais là, ce qu'on va voir, c'est comment tu peux distinguer cette ombre-là par rapport à ce qu'est la personne. Parce qu'il te dit, là, il commence à dire, regarde, le Tzlamim, c'est les ombres. Le Tselem, c'est l'habit de l'âme qui est le temps.
Ah, ok.
Look now, regardez maintenant. Regardez ce qu'il dit. Après, il dit, arrête. Ki a Tselem, ve'yamim em alevushim. Here it is. The Tselem and the days is the levush of your soul. C'est les habits de ton âme. Le Tselem et les jours. Ou à kol echad, it's all one. Il n'y a pas de différence entre eux. Le Tselem et les jours est un neshama.
Les goïms n'ont pas de Tselem? Non. Oh, ils savent, on le sent, et les analyses sont bien. Ouais, on parle des informations.
Tu les personnes. Il prend ton sein et te dit, hey, monsieur Ravi, notre projet est caput. Comment tu sais? On voit dans le temps. C'est ça. Tu sais, Zulati, chez M, Gimel et Vushim. Bet la Neshama, la Nefesh, Ve la Roi, chez M, à Bet Slalim. So you say, now, what's happened? You see the Tselem and the Tlamim? When it's Tlamim, It's basically in the level of nefesh and ruach.
Stationnels.
And ruach. Et bête les bouchées, VM, bête slamim. Bête slamim echad aneshama. Et celui qui est que tselem, it's for the neshama. So, not everybody has a neshama.
You just have Tselem.
So, you start with slamim. So when he said the tselem eveloki baroto, it's very the level of Adam. He was bathing straight with the nefesh, with the neshama. But look, regardez maintenant. ואלו הם סוד ג' פעמים אכה, שהם דיודין אלפין דהים, שהם גימטריה חותם, עם הכולל. So what is that? This is Eke of Yudin. This is Eke of Alfin. This is Eke of Ehin, which is Kasa, Kana, Kamag. Gematria, Chotem. Gematria Chotem. והוא החותם הנעשה ליל ההושנה רבה. הוא מסתלקין. So that chotem, what we talk about here, is the chotem that you do at Hoshana Rabbah. That's why Hoshana Rabbah, in the middle of the night, you go where? Outside to see if you see your shadow. If you don't see it, you know that you will be dying 1 month. That's it. לא עלינו עליכם. וזה סוד שכתוב,
Araf,
כן, yes,
you said on Shana Rabbah we go out to check our shadow.
yeah, after, well, at the middle of night, after 2 a.m. Yeah. Some people, when they do, they don't see their shadow, they know that it will be better to start to do Teshuvah.
One question, Rabbi. A person you could see like his Tselem is gone because it's a 30-day law living 30-day after a person loses is about to check out,
Yeah.
like he loses Tselem, you know? Can you bring that Tselem back by doing Teshuvah like you just said?
Yes.
You can
That's why I
bring it.
said it's true.
If you see it on a person, are you allowed to warn a person if you don't see it?
You are obliged to warn a person if you don't see his Tselem. But you don't see him, you don't say to him, don't you say, you say, you know, my friend, stop with the girls. Do Teshuvah. Come to study more. I'll see you tomorrow, huh? Come at the yeshiva. After you come to the come tomorrow again. You have to change these times because the times is the Tselem.
It's in France now, all right? My boy,
En fait, c'est là, c'est donc qu'il faut voir celui-là. Une information.
ça ne fait pas peur, moi. Ici, ça fait plus peur pour moi et quand il arrive. Parce que ici, il y a des bouchards. Ça ne fait pas peur ici du tout.
We saw the way to relax, to exit.
No wonder when you was in France, you would say, don't be shy. Are you there?
But I want to talk to me. I need to turn.
And what they could see is just like a moron.
C'est my Tselem.
Moi, ici, ça fait plus peur ici que là-bas. Je suis attiré par la bouchard.
Look now. Est-ce qu'il dit? It's a gematria Chotem. The Chotem of Hoshana Rabbah. Yesod Moshe, Ar B'Tselem Elohim Italaer Ish, Ki Ar gematria Eke, Gam Tselem Im Akolel, ou gematria Eke de Yodin, Shehu Levush Aneshama. To say all the purpose to bring someone the level of Ish, meaning you see Matat, sandal. You see that it can remove the shoes from the legs. This is rooted in the aspect that you brought down the level of Tselem on you. Tselem of Yodin, it is Neshama. You know what's happened? I ask his past. He dit, we fill it with the Tselem. Now let's go in the Slamim, which are basically the two Tselem of Ruach and Neshama and Nefesh, sorry. He dit, Ve'amnam, Ve'nasu Aslamim, Atzelalim. So we go back to the Pasuk of Shir HaShirim. What is Ve'nasu Atzelalim? He said, it means that, ça veut dire que avant que fraîchissent les jours et que s'effacent les ombres. Venasu Astalim, c'est l'effacement des ombres. Hey, c'est la nuit. La nuit de l'ombre. Avec la lune. Ouais.
Qui disait ça? Quand tu es en Afrique, dans les villages profond, il n'y a pas de lumière, c'est nuit.
Oui, mais la lumière de la lune. Les amis, là, tu vas te dire, tu vas vite retourner à Tel Aviv. Voilà ce qu'il dit. Il dit, avant que les ombres ne partent. What are the Slamim? Et de Tselem of Nefesh. Les rois, c'est le Nefesh roi, traîne, deux. Chad des rois, chad des Nefesh. Un en roi, un en Nefesh. Qui, autre même, Istuma, chez Ibina, chez Mimena, Aneshama. So he said, what is the Tselem here? Is the Mem. Mem Satum. Après, il dit, only her, it's called Tselem. Seulement elle est appelée Tselem. Kumo, Shamarnu, Vevenze, and understand. It's only when you achieve the level of Mem of Tselem that you have a real Tselem. The Mem. Le Shama. Donc il dit quoi? Ve'elwa Gimel Levushim, M Gimel Olamot. So I help you. You said. You go fast. You that this is the Tselem here, it's a Mem, and the Slamim here, it's Lamed, and here it's Tzadik.
Tzadik is the one that stay with you after
Nefesh. What does it mean? Koach, Nun, Yud, Kaf, Vav, Dalet, Dalet. I don't say more. Get it by yourself. Je ne dis pas plus, comprenez par vous-même. So what he said? Il dit, yes, il dit, there are three different worlds. C'est trois mondes différents. Qui c'est? Ve Yetira. Ve Gan Eden, Haaretz. Ve Nefesh, Baboker.
Qui c'est Veyetira, c'est deux différents déjà. C'est bien ensemble. Qui c'est Veyetira, Gan Eden Haaretz.
So give me what is what?
C'est Veyetira, c'est peut-être voir.
Donc tu as dit ça, c'est qui c'est? Ok.
Nefesh Baboker, Nefesh. Et des Naaretz, alors ça serait dans deux chambres.
Toda Rabba. Gan Eden. Even we go back. On repart. What we saw all the week. You cannot get your personal Gan Eden without the Mem Tselem. Yeah, man.
So when a person trying to enter Gan Eden every Shabbat,
You have to have the Mem.
he has to have the mem. No matter what he does, everything he does.
Even the physical Gan Eden. They will not let you enter. Because they saw Alexander to say, Alexander Mukdon, the great. You have no Mem. Only Tzadikim entering. Somebody Tzadiki entre. Alexander the Great, please go back. Go back. Back up.
So that
And take that eye. What is that eye? You are always in the Shvira. How can you bring the Shvira in the Gan Eden Haaretz?
Ils ont fait un truc comme ça, ils avaient mis des M sur
Pas
les mêmes satoum.
very fast. When you say the eye,
Imagine
eye in the eye, is it the level of memory? Si on peut parler
Dans la Gemara, c'est d'être greedy avec le pied.
dans le Sod, c'est quoi?
Là, c'est vraiment greedy.
Really?
On a vu ça dans la semaine, tout le secret, la différence qu'il y a entre les Bnei Israël, les 4/5 qui sont sortis après 400 ans, et les 1/5 qui sont sortis après 210 ans.
Non,
c'était. Non, Alexandre, non. C'était. Comment ça, Martin Toumi.
C'est un autre alors. Il a grandi avec une famille juive, Alexandre.
Il y avait un prinat comme ça, qu'on peut le dire.
Il a été Maoul, il s'est circoncis, je crois.
Ralph, I didn't get the last part.
Which one?
You want to know the Gan Eden and the last three direct.
We talk about the Gemara we saw in the week where Alexander the Great wasn't given the access to Gan Eden because he was too greedy about materiality. So this is the sign that you know that someone is without the mem. When the mem is standing on your forehead and you have the tselem, you have no problem with materiality.
Okay, so the mem is Gan Eden, the Lamed and the Sadi is.
The lamed is the kiseh, the chair.
Okay.
The sadik is the boker, the morning.
Okay.
Après il said, עדיין לא נתקנו עד שיבוא אדם בעולם הזה, ועל ידי עשיית המצוות, אז יתקנו כל עברי המלבוש הזה הנקרא ימים. So I said, when you start your life, these three things, meaning Gan Eden Haaretz, Kiseh, and mourning are not fixed at all. Because there are three of them, the Gan Eden, the Kiseh, and the Boker, they are the days of your life. You get it? C'est vos jours de vie. Que les Slamim, c'est les jours de vie. Ils sont quoi? C'est les Vushim. De quoi? Du Neshama. So you need to fix the days of your life. So what do you need to fix? Kiseh, Boker, Gan Eden.
But we saw here, Rabbi, that the Tselem is the days of your life, not the Tselem. The Tselem is called the days of your life, correct? And they say if a person doesn't have a Tselem, it's practically his days of his life is whatever. And you said there's a lot of people that doesn't have Tselem. So that means there's a lot of people walking around. Yeah.
No. There's a lot of people living with days which are not them. Theirs.
Yes. What do you mean days which are not them?
Which are not theirs.
Theirs. When you say not
Don't elaborate. Dat die moeten verliezen. Oh, you understand? Oh, you choose.
They just let the wind blow them as it goes.
Ah, we know the secret. Rabbi David Ameler, he live with days which are not his. So it's known concept that some people give days to the other. What do you give to them? But tell them. When you pray for someone to have baby, what do you give? You give your days to some people who are gonna give days. What is your days? The language of what? Of a soul. What is to be what does it mean to you to be an like kids? You produce seeds which have no days. We tell them. So what you pray for the rabbi? Rabbi, pray for me. What the rabbi has to do? I pray that the Tselem will go. So what do? Take them the days. And when you live with days which are not yours, quand tu vis avec des jours qui sont pas les tiens, you feel it. Because you burn your life from the two sides. Quand tu vis avec les jours qui sont pas les tiens, tu le sens, tu brûles la vie de deux côtés. No limit. Why? Because it's not yours. You don't care. When it's real life, every day you are here. Study, you think, you check, you change, because you know it's your life. When it's people's life, let me chop. I like to chop. The guy in Callistus, my name is pay for the when you for the contest of eating. I like to chop. I mean, the guy is laughing. Hey, the talk about Callistus in the Torah, yes. Yeah. So look what's happened. Okay, G. You have to fix them to totally fix it. So now you know the code. When you open your Gemara, you see morning, you see Kisei, you see Gan Eden. We're talking about you fixing your Tselem, or if you want the days of your life, which are the clothing of your soul. You do. So what do you do when you do Birkat HaLevana? Vous faites quoi quand vous faites Birkat HaLevana? Gemara said, if you do Birkat HaLevana every single month, you're sure you will not die that month. You fix your Tselem.
Oh my God.
Someone who in a way that is back to that days to his life.
Yeah, exactly.
This place, yo, this place. It's like things I receive here is worth more than billions in the world.
Donc il dit, how do you fix them? By doing the mitzvot. That's why if you want to save Africa, want to save Nigeria, want to save Congo, you have to bring people to respect the tradition, the laws. That's why we do the last meeting. I said, here are the Sisha Sidre of the Mishnah of Congo.
Tradition first.
Yeah.
From the Rus.
Based on the tradition, not like the Rus.
Not like that.
The tradition that Adam Arishon received, which are the 6 lights of the day, 6 days.
Right.
Out of them Mishnah. Before 5 years, I was talking about the Project Mishnah. What is that Project Mishnah? It's basically to say to every single country, every single people, Adam Arishon is your father.
Right.
He received 1 light called 6 days. What is that? The 6 order of the Mishnah.
Right.
What are them? Zraim, Moed, Nashim, Kedoshim, Taharot, Nezikim. You do that. You give it, you say it in the national tongue.
Right.
Mbouma, vos semences. Moed, Sepeli. You do it in Congo. You say, here is what we have to study inside. When we are in Buma, in Zraim, we study brachot, dere. What is brachot? We have to know, we as Congolese, that we cannot eat something without saying thank to Hashem. We have to study. They have to write their own Gemara.
Yes, facts.
Like you have Talmud Bavli, like you have Talmud Yerushalmi, you have to have Talmud Kinshasi, Talmud Windoki, Talmud Port-au-Prince. This is the purpose.
The Mishnah will be the same, but then people will add their
Exactly. Amar Rabbi Jovanel, that every eye, like this you say, Amara Rav Lumumba, it's like this.
I like this. I like this. I can get behind them like this.
Au Congo, si on va parler maintenant de, il y a un exemple au hasard, mais des matangas.
Exactly.
Ça va être lequel c'est là.
Le matin, c'est tout ce qui est dans les équipes. Dans les équipes, il parle là-bas quand tu habites, tu tues quelqu'un, tu y vas.
Là, par exemple, on va devoir. Alors, chez nous, par exemple, on a des lignes pour 40 jours, mais Shiva, dans la Mishnah, c'est 7 jours. Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire?
Il y a 7 jours et 30 jours.
Oui. On va expliquer aux gens, en fait, le matanga, mais depuis la Mishnah.
Donc, tu leur dis, non, les 40 jours, là, vous êtes trompés. On a oublié la massorette. Il faut avoir 7 jours plus 30 jours, ça va être 37 jours, et il y a 3 jours où on décompresse. Ça fait 40 jours. Mais en fait, c'est comme ça le CDR, parce que tu ne peux pas contredire le son.
Donc, les gens vont toujours faire 40 jours, mais ils vont savoir qu'il y a d'abord 7 jours.
Voilà. 30 jours.
Aussi, il faut enterrer les gens tout de suite.
Voilà.
On va expliquer. Non. De ce temps-là, parce qu'on a été vraiment sur les gens enterrés après longtemps, mais il faut enterrer le même jour.
C'est ça le but.
Wow. I can get behind something like this here. This is applying what you learn. For me, this is applying.
La Chine, voici.
Hein?
Voici. La Chine.
Ouais.
Voici.
On a mis Bassi.
Voici.
J'ai dit là-bas, on a ouvert dimanche là. J'ai dit voilà, dans le CDR Bassi. I don't like to you. Look, it is here.
On va mettre en lingala ou bien en
J'ai fait les deux.
Congo aussi.
J'ai fait en lingala pour que tout le monde ait la même base.
Après, chaque tribu va faire aussi dans sa langue.
Donc l'idée, c'est qu'il y ait une langue commune. Tu vois, regardez. Look. J'ai fait Adid. Is. Seder Shemvas Mbouma. Bénédiction Mapamboli. Charité. Ça, c'est. Là-bas, c'est quoi? C'est pas charité, c'était. Au Kabila, c'est. C'est quoi le deuxième Mishnah là-bas? C'est. Après Brachot, c'est. Non, après Brachot, c'est. PA. Ça s'appelle PA, c'est la charité. Après Dim, c'est quoi? De mai, c'est Dim. Après, il y a Kilaïm, les croisements, les espèces. Année sabbatique, Shvi'it. Après, Zomi, Maaser. Zomi 2, Trouvat Maasrot. Maaser Sheni, hein? Et Teneli, c'est Chala. Après, c'est Mbouma, c'est Orla des premiers fruits. Deuxième, les fruits de la première année de récolte. Après Tokoti, Toké ou Crocodile, Solanité et Sengeli, tous les Massartot. After we go, Women's, Bassi, Yebamot. Je leur ai expliqué comment on fait avec la femme du frère des frères et son nom. Regardez le nom. Oui, mais il faut leur dire qu'il faut le garder.
Ça, comment ils appellent ça?
Je dis Yebamot. Rabbi Yosef, tu peux rentrer quand tu veux. Il dit Yebamot, les darim, les vœux. Donc tout le concept, il est là. All the concept is here. You have to build a seder based on the 6 Shidrei Mishnah for all the 70 nations. Hein? Bienvenue. Prends ta place, c'est pas ce fini. Donc, vous voyez, c'est ça. Donc, all the purpose is to give to the 70 nations the 6 de Mishnah. De donner à chaque nation les 6 ordres de la Mishnah. Why? Parce que celui qu'ils ont reçu, c'est le père de l'humanité, Adam Arishon. Donc, chaque peuple doit rédiger quoi? Sa Gemara. La Mishnah, c'est la même pour tout le monde. Ouais, mais au sein du peuple juif, ils en ont fait 2. Il y en a une à Babel et une à Jérusalem. Un autre registre de Kinshasa.
Exactement. En Haïti.
Après, il dit, après, c'est Vomnam. Il dit, c'est par le fait de faire les mitzvot, by doing the mitzvot, that you build your tselem, que tu construis des tselem, and that tselem, they are the days of your life, c'est les jours de ta vie. Et les jours de ta vie sont les habits de ton âme. The days of your life, they are the clothing of your soul. Après, il dit Rakadosh, il dit comme ça, Yamim yitzru, mamash, because you build your days according to the mitzvot you do. Tu fais des mitzvot, tu construis tes jours c'est quoi? C'est l'habit de ton âme. Donc, gaspiller son temps à ne pas étudier, c'est une preuve que ton tselem est dans un sale état, pendant tes tslamin. Parce que quand tu as le tselem, qui est le niveau neshama, tu n'es pas là à perdre du temps aux choses. Don't lose time for things which are not worth it according to the spirituality. Après, il dit, Nimtsa, Shekvar ayu ele mitrila al-yedeh, שעל-ידי יצירת האדם בעולם הזה נתקנו דוגמת נרן נפש ונשמה, כי מצד עצמם לא היו צריכים בעולם הזה להתקן, והם שלמים, ולא באו רק לצורר תיקון הלבושים האלו, כי הם דינים כמבואר בסוד ליל החותם, וזה סיבת יצירת האדם לצורר. Ça veut dire quoi? La nuit de Hoshana Rabbah, the night of Hoshana Rabbah is the incense of the day of your life in that year. La nuit de Hoshana Rabbah, c'est l'essence des jours de vos vies, l'année en question. Because the night of Hoshana Rabbah, la nuit de Hoshana Rabbah, c'est le Chotem.
Petite parenthèse. Est-ce qu'on va, avant 3 jours avant Hoshana, est-ce qu'on va faire les 3 jours aussi?
Non, on est Shmita.
Non, on sort de la Shmita, ça?
Shmita, c'est après Shavuot. Après Sukkot.
Si on fait ça, donc on sort dans la Shmita 10 ans après, on ne peut pas faire ça. On peut pas.
Tu as besoin de faire, tu fais.
On peut bien entrer l'année en style, non? Pas dit en style, mais tu vois?
Donc il dit la création de l'homme, la naissance de l'homme, the birth of the man, the purpose is basically to give him time to fix the days, de fixer les jours. That's why your days are not my days. Vos jours, ce n'est pas mes jours. The way you live your days, not the way I live my days. La manière dont vous vivez vos jours, c'est pas la manière dont je vis les miennes. Because there's nothing more personal than days. Ubiyot Adam choté. When a man sins. Non, là, on va comprendre pourquoi. Hier, le Talmud Yerushalmi Avodazara, il prend le mot Slamim, il dit c'est aussi le nom de l'Avodazara, qu'on appelle les statues, les peintures, et ainsi de suite. Now we're going to see how Talmud Yerushalmi said that the word Slamim, which is related to Nefesh and Ruach, are also the name given to the Avodazara when it's about statue, drawing, and painting. De Biota Adam Choté, Kolom Ifut, Mitanef, Malbushim Elou. Quand un homme il faute, Mitanef. Hein? Des mètres, c'est plus que démager, c'est plus qu'endommager. Mitanef. Casse. Non. C'est pas cassé. Pourquoi Tino fait? C'est un F. Non. Pourquoi Tino? Salé. Salé. Des salés. Pas la différence.
Salir, c'est la différence entre quoi salir et
ouais.
C'est ça, ça rend un peu. Tu peux casser une maison sans qu'elle devienne tamie, mais si tu la souilles.
Ah, merci, souiller. C'est quoi une souillure? C'est quoi un jour souillé? Parce que là, on parle de Tselem. Le Tselem, c'est les jours. Donc, le Tselem is a day. Even metanef mean to make dirty. What is a dirty day?
It's a wasted day.
No, it's a day where you sin.
Oh.
C'est un jour où tu fautes.
Yes.
So you need to wash. You go to the mikveh. Right? You feel it. Tu dis ça. Et metanef malbushim elu. Ces habits, what are the clothing? Slamim. Telalim, sorry. Elu. Nisharim anaran arumim. Suddenly what's happened? Your soul become naked. So when you make tinuf, quand tu mets une saleté, you bring dirtiness on your soul, tu amènes ça sur ton âme, you are naked. Tu deviens nu. Merci. Meaning that nakedness that you see on the land of Canaan, la nudité que tu vois sur la terre de Canaan, ça veut dire quoi? Les âmes sont sales. Partout où tu vois des gens avec qui mettent en avant et qui promeuvent le côté dénudé, c'est une saleté. Everywhere you see people promoting being naked, you know that today it's dirtiness. Only someone who is dirty in his soul will be happy to show his intimity. So see another question. Your purpose is to go to the mikveh to get purity. What do you see? You see nakedness. So that's explain what we are doing.
Oh my God, come on. Are you serious?
That's why we hold that in mikveh you have to be alone. And even Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, he disait lui-même, was saying about himself, I even don't see my own nakedness.
So basically, the whole idea of going to dive in and whatever, better if you do this. Oh, yeah.
Ou alors, tu as mis, je sais pas, très très tôt le matin.
Est-ce qu'on croit et est-ce qu'il est?
Like, for example, where we're living right now, there's no place you could be alone, say so to speak.
Of course.
Where?
Vous n'étiez là?
No,
Vous étiez là de mikveh? Well, what beside? All we want to go in the place where it is dirty. And not only you become dirty, you make the other dirty also because you saw you naked, you show your nakedness. Notamment, non seulement tu te salis, tu salis les autres aussi.
Oh my God. So the Netila would just as much as the diving.
I'm telling you, dirtiness of the soul is related to nakedness. A woman. בסוד חטא אדם הראשון. זה אדם הראשון, חטא אדם הראשון, בידוע, כי ערומים הם, it's known that they are naked, והבן and understand, meaning that they lose their days of life. That's why Hashem told them, the day you will eat the fruit, you will die. That is that death, you lose the days of the life, which is the losing the tselem, the stamim, you're naked.
So, like, for example, say like, I want to do a whole thing. Can I go to like the beach at night where it's quiet in a quiet private part and I just go, it's dark, I enter and I come out?
You can do what you want if you feel that it's what you like. But you have to remove from your head that because you will put all your body in the bath, even if you're surrounded by naked people, it would be better than just washing your hands. People make big mistakes. They say, no, I want to feel the water inside. And you go, you see people naked. What did you do? Yes. Nothing.
Ça vient de Romains. Moi, la première fois où moi, on faisait un musée, c'était les rois romains. J'ai vu ça comme image de ma vie. Ah, c'est comme les barons.
Ceux qui ont fait les mains publiques.
C'est ça, justement. Parce que je pense qu'à l'époque, les pays sales, je sais pas,
Des livrets dans les champs, chacun allait.
Collectif déjà avant. Ouais.
Rav,
Et puis, on a un grand qui se au dernier moment, il y avait des grands châles, ils enlevaient avant de rentrer dans le sortaient, ils remettaient le châle, après l'autre de rentrer, etc.
Ah, voilà, voilà.
C'était
C'était pour une communauté, mais ils n'étaient pas tous ensemble nus là-bas.
jamais, et de toute façon, la taille des parce que c'est quand les femmes, tu rentres, tu sors par l'endroit, il y a quand même 6 tailles, c'est possible. C'est que quand on rentre dans un endroit comme vous l'avez décrit, il y a quand même une possibilité de travailler son regard à avoir toujours le regard fixé, par exemple, sur la main, toujours, A à Z de leur communauté. Et donc, on se vérifie, il y a toujours une possibilité de ne pas se voir soi-même avec un être ample pour vraiment tomber au dernier moment, vraiment dernier moment, le premier pied dans le livret pour essayer de l'enlever à l'intérieur. Mais il y a une possibilité de ne pas pouvoir du tout faire voir sa livret. Mais c'est un exercice tellement complexe parce qu'il y a des mouvements partout que ça intensifie de manière considérable le moment de la pénétration complète. L'effet spirituel qui en ressort de par l'effort qui a été fait au préalable est une expérience aussi incroyable. Dès l'instant où on se donne un petit engagement, par exemple une dizaine de fois, que vraiment il n'y aura rien qui va dépasser le regard, il est complètement figé sur un endroit qu'on a prédéfini et qui ne va pas rentrer à aucun moment en relation avec le conseil de vie. C'est très puissant. Pour ceux qui peuvent.
Je connaissais cette technique. Pourquoi moi je n'enseigne pas? Parce qu'il y a une Gemara qui dit que des fois, tes yeux ne voient pas, mais ton Tselem les perçoit. Donc des fois, il y a un travail qui est fait pour concentration sur la main et tout ça. Il y a des gens qui ont une hypersensibilité, surtout les Africains. On a grandi vraiment avec ce truc de tu ne vois même pas ton père torse nu, quoi. Même ton père en débardeur, tu as un peu le regard. On a vraiment grandi avec ça. Et le fait de savoir autour de moi, j'ai des personnes qui ne sont pas dans cette. C'est-à-dire que je sais que mon tselem à moi, peut-être pas celui de quelqu'un d'autre comme toi qui sait ce qu'on fait, il va percevoir des choses et que je vais amener avec moi des traces de choses qui seront dures.
C'est un très beau pas. C'est pour ça que l'effet est si fort que je te suis complètement.
Donc on finit, on continuera Yom Rishon. On finit lundi. Rabbi Eliyahu, you want to say something?
Rav, I wanted to ask first, you said the Gemara says that when you do Kiddush Levana, you protect your soul, or your soul will not die that month.
Yeah.
Are women permitted to do Kiddush Levana?
Are the women what?
Are they permitted to, or are they allowed to do Kiddush Levana?
Of course, yes. Yes.
Okay, so then the second one is about the halakha of when you taught us about the 9 kabim.
Yes.
You said that when pouring the water, is someone else that should pour the water so that it can touch every part of your body.
Yeah.
So when the person is pouring, probably the person will see the person's nakedness of the person that is being poured.
If you want to do the techniques of someone pouring on you the water, you can put a veil. You're on the other side, and he's pouring like this. It's behind the veil. Like this, he's not taking, he's pouring like this.
Okay. תודה רבה.
Welcome. Finish. C'est pour ça qu'Adam Arishon et Adam et Chava étaient nus, they were naked. בסוד חטא אדם הראשון וידוע כי ערומים הם, אבן, זה גרם להם המיתה והעונש. So that nakedness, cette nudité, c'est ce qui a provoqué leur mort et leur punition. That provoked their death and their punishment. אמנם, הנשמה והרוח והנפש בעצמן, אין להם פגם, אלא חיסרון הלבושים, ואבן זה. So meaning that the soul, they have no damage. So what is damage? The days of your life, which are the Tselem. Qu'est-ce qui a endommagé? C'est les jours de ta vie, le Tselem, et pas la Neshama. What is the situation? They are just missing clothes. Il manque de jours, il manque d'habits, il manque de jours. That's it. Après, il dit, allez-vous, je vais inventer, c'est understand that. He's giving you keys, vous donne des clés. Qui, Gamze, Nirmaz, Bezoar, Shir HaShirim, Al-Chanor. Ah, we go back. We go talk about Matat, Dandat, on a parlé de Matat, Sandal. Et regarde, this situation is about Chanor. Les Sham Tavin, you will understand, tu vas comprendre là-bas. Why? What? Qui, Amalbouche, ou Animshar, Achar, Aklipa, ou Achote. Because the levush, the clothing, this is what goes after the klipa. And the clothing is what sins. Voilà, le tselem, c'est lui qui faut. The tselem is the one who sins. But the tselem is attracted by the klipa. The tselem is attracted by the klipa because it's the clothes. Exactly. That's why the Gemara tells you it's Tselalim. That Tselalim, that's the name of the Avodah Zarah. It's because Yud Tselalim, they are naturally attracted by sinning. So Yud Tselem is the one who wants to sin. Yeah. Non, il y a deux. Tselem, c'est Neshama, Tsalim, c'est roi Neshama. Donc, quand on parle de Tsalamim au pluriel, c'est toujours roi Neshama. Quand il dit Tselem tout seul, c'est Neshama. Roi Nefesh. Dès que c'est au pluriel, c'est roi et Nefesh. Et quand il parle Tselem tout court, c'est Neshama. Non, parce que Neshama, c'est le nom générique de toutes les trois structures. Pour que tu saches quand il te parle de Neshama, s'il parle de la partie 3, ou s'il parle de la partie qui est définition générale du terme pour parler de l'âme. C'est pour ça que j'ai corrigé. Je n'ai pas corrigé, j'ai expliqué. J'ai dit, pourquoi on appelle Tslalim dans la Mishnah qu'on a vue hier, c'est pour dire que ce sont ton effet choix qui ont envie de fauter. וזהו גם כן סוד אמיתת המלכים בארץ אדום. C'est le secret de la mort des 7 rois. C'est the secret of the 7 kings. So the 7 kings, Rabbi Eliyahu Gaon, it's for you. What is the first expression? Is that they are rooted in your Tselem. And Tselem Neshama. Tselem. Meaning that the 7 kings, they are in the time from Edom. Meaning that Edom, which is Bina, which is Gan Eden, Haaretz, will not be accessible to you if the 7 kings are not fixed. And then we finish. He said, Edom, de ishtaru minayich tevirin, she'em ha-tselalim shelahem. So what was broken from the 7 kings? Their tselalim. C'est leurs stèles qui sont bougés. Anikra, me'anin, ar, ruchin dil'on, lo mitu. Mais leur roi n'est pas mort, The roi is not dead. Itchatshu be sulmim chalashim. And they came back with a new side of Tselem. It will be Adar. Be'ada u'me'etavel. In Ada and Me'etavel. אחר שנתבררו הקליפות שהיו עוזרים באותם הצללים. Once they fixed the clipot, we were holding the צללים. ונשארו תרוועד רקב, וחזרו בסוד תחיית המתים, כי גם הצללים שלו הם ממש דוגמת הגוף של זה העולם, וגוף יקרי בסוד עוצר הנשמות, הנקרא גוף ואבן זה. So he's giving you a secret. They say, what is the twin of your tselalim? C'est quoi le jumeau de tes tselalim? It's your body. C'est ton corps. Because your body wants to run after the sin. Parce que ton corps, il va faire after toi.
So like two twins, like some twins, like one left, one right. So like two twins that get along.
Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen ואמן. We finish יום ראשון. ברוכים תהיו. Yes.
Looks that it's written. Seven, it says, Ilo Yava, Rekehu, Yichem. Yichem, Yichem, הזה, הלכו, ימים, על האדמה, אשר אתם עודרים את הבן שם ושתה.
It's telling them that when you will receive the land of the promise, you will receive new tselem. But you have to know how to kill them by doing always behind it.
Raf,
Yeah.
in the parasha this week, when Moshe was talking about what made him to enter the land,
Yeah.
he did not talk about what happened at the waters of Mary, but rather he talked about the sin of the Meraglim that caused him not to enter the land. What?
That sin of Meraglim, it's basically one of the.
To know why. And secondly, in that parashat, yes,
it's basically the deepest, one of the most powerful expression of the seven kings acting, the Lashon Hara on the land. Yes, second question.
okay, in parashat Kukat, when Moshe was commanded to speak to the rock, he was told to take the staff with him.
Yeah.
If he was supposed to speak to the rock and not strike it, why carry the staff?
Why what?
Why did he need to carry the staff to go with him when he was only supposed to speak to the rock and not strike the rock?
Because the staff was for him the symbol of his kingship and leadership on the land on the children of Israel. Doesn't mean that you have to use it every time. Even if the king has a scepter and can use the scepter to say die or death, death or life, doesn't mean that you have to use it. But when he was troubled in front of that rock, he took the first thing he had in his mind in order to make that rock bring out waters. But carrying the staff doesn't mean that his intention was from the beginning to eat it. Carrying the staff was the sign that he had to show when he's in public is kingship. And when he started to talk to the rock and he saw that no water is coming, with the pressure of all the Bnei Israel saying to him, we are 30, we are 30, we are 30, he used the security, meaning I know the power of the staff, I will use it, like this water will come. This is why it's the chronology of the events are like that.
Thereafter, Baba.
Thank you very much. Shabbat shalom u'mevorach.
Shalom, Araf.
Bye bye.